If you have your own authentic values and principles, you can extract a project or a mission out of them. Once you have your mission or a project, you can create a vision around it. And once you have your vision, you can wake up excited every single morning, but only if you maintain regular contact with your vision. And that's pretty much the outline of how to wake up excited every single morning. Now that we have the outline, let's fill in the details and make the picture or the story more concrete. Values or principles, those are the expressions of your life philosophy. That's how you communicate what matters the most to you. So the first question, do you know what your core values and principles are in life? Is it curiosity, learning? Is it adventure? Is it strength? Is it friendship? Is it health? Is it certainty and security? Spend some time thinking about this. Next, mission or a project. This is something that a lot of people struggle with. I don't know what to do with life. Well, consider this. Maybe we are not all born with a very concrete, specific task. For example, this person is going to be a professor of chemistry. This person is going to be a bank teller. This person is going to be a champion basketball player. Let's consider that our destiny is more broad, but still moves in a certain direction. Let's say that some people are born to be educators. And maybe that's related to their value of curiosity and learning. Let's say that certain people are destined to be some form of a helper. And then they can be a helper in the sense of being a professor, but they can also be a helper in the sense of being a doctor. Or they can be a helper in the sense of being the glue of the family. When I say the glue of the family, you know those people who keep the family together through tough times. Maybe that's the role of a helper. So once again, consider that your values don't have to inform a very specific, precise idea of what career you should pursue, but rather broader idea of what direction in life you should take. And then we could consider that any guess is equally good as long as you move towards it. So, what are your values informing? If one of your core values is adventure, well, it would have been way more likely a couple of hundreds of years ago that your core value of adventure would lead you to be an explorer in the physical sense of sailing the world. Now, to be an adventurer, or for your core value to be adventure, it's not so likely that you will discover new islands and continents, right? So let's consider in the context of your life and in the context of the age that you're living in, what are the options to pursue embodying and actualizing your value of adventure and exploration. So we have core values and principles. Think about them. Inquire with yourself what your core values and principles are. Then consider that they are not supposed to inform a very strict and precise and specific life path or career path, but rather more broadly to inform what's the direction that you should take, and then from there, be creative and be bold, take chances. But then, once you have that project or a mission, let's not keep it just to that. Let's create a whole vision. What am I moving towards in the sense of how I want to feel or how I will be feeling? What type of person am I becoming? I'm not just going to achieve the goal of becoming a psychology professor. Let's make it broader. What is the vision? What is the vision of my life and of me as a whole person, rather than, again, just the project, just a goal? Vision. That is what is supposed to make you feel excited about life. But, as I said, only if you maintain regular contact with it. Because let's consider two separate mornings. One morning you wake up and, okay, I have some healthy habits that I want to maintain. I have certain goals, and that's it. And I remind myself of those habits and goals only when I see that I'm slipping up, that I'm not really moving towards them. But let's consider a different kind of morning. You wake up, you have a very clear vision in front of yourself, and I'm talking literally in front of yourself. Put on a piece of paper, in writing, some also visual expression, whether you're drawing or creating a vision board. Maybe there are a couple of songs that connect you to your vision. So, in the morning, you have your vision in front of you, and you have it in front of you every single morning. So you're not waiting to figure out that, oh, I haven't been moving towards my vision for a while now, so let me reconnect to it. No, you're maintaining contact with your vision every single morning. How much more excited would you wake up if every single morning you were able to read one quote that would inspire you to think in terms of following your vision, moving towards your vision? Read something that you wrote to yourself. I would even prefer you to do so than to read someone else's quote, but if there is a quote that really resonates with you, let's find one. Journal, write to yourself. Describe the vision to yourself. Read that. Repeat it out loud. Repeat it internally. Doesn't matter. Don't read it. Remember it. Memorize it, and repeat it to yourself on your morning walk. Visuals. What's your visual connection, visual contact with your vision? You know, no pun intended. It's you realize we are talking about vision, but often we contain ourselves to words. How about actually seeing your vision in front of yourself? What are the visual symbols that connect you to the idea of the life that you want to live and the person that you want to be? And just as a side note, I'm not talking about affirmation, the law of attraction, the secret. You know, I want to put that aside. I also don't want to go on a rant criticizing it, but I'm not speaking of you convincing yourself that you are a millionaire when you're not, or a billionaire. I don't want to talk about these things. I know to some extent these things work, but the whole industry, because it is an industry, it's not a philosophy, the whole industry of the law of attraction went too far and kind of basically ridiculed what auto-suggestion is. Auto-suggestion, research by certain very reputable psychologists of the 20th century and even of the 19th century, certain thinkers. So auto-suggestion, that capacity to make yourself believe in something so that you could act in a certain way, very real thing. Law of attraction, again, the industry of affirmations, the law of attraction, I'm not really a fan. So when I say a vision board, when I say you repeating these things to yourself, I am not saying for you to convince yourself that you're something that you're not without even putting the effort to become that thing. I'm talking about you reminding yourself what you're moving towards and trying to imagine how it would feel or how it's going to feel to be where you're headed. However, that has to be followed, of course, followed by or accompanied by concrete action. And now let's get back to waking up excited. The only reason why we want to wake up excited is to actually deeply engage in the pursuit of our vision. We are not asking or we are not trying to wake up excited for the sake of being excited and thinking that the excitement is going to produce results, because that's the mistake that the law of attraction people make when they say, it's the feeling that you produce while visualizing that it's going to, on its own, create results. Let's be real. Let's put in some action. So, the excitement, the idea of waking up excited is there so that you engage in your day, that you tackle your goals, that you attack your goals, that you attack your daily tasks, that you find less friction in addressing certain challenges. So once again, friends, your values and principles will inform what your mission or a project can be. Don't ask for absolute clarity. But once you take a chance and take on a mission or a project, you should create a whole vision around it. Create the whole idea of what kind of life you're moving towards and what kind of person you're becoming. Then when you have that vision, maintain constant contact with it. Regular contact with it. Through words, through images, through sounds. Through speaking to yourself, through reading, through saying things out loud, through repeating them internally while going on walks, through seeing those images, maybe watching certain video material that reminds you of your vision occasionally, audio material, reading literature or stories that connect you to your vision. But once again, maintain regular contact with your vision so that you do not wait to remember your vision once you're reminded by life that you have strayed away far, far from the path of your vision. Maintain regular contact with it, preferably in the morning, so that you get that surge of energy and inspiration and motivation, so that you can actually engage in life, not so that you can expect that the excitement will produce results. At the end of the day, it all comes down to meaningful action, as always. Do these steps, reconnect to the story of your life, reconnect or create your vision for the first time ever, and I know your life will subjectively feel immensely more interesting and engaging, and down the line it will objectively be more successful. Thank you.